Our thoughts return to this place. Here we remember those who died. And here on this solemn anniversary, we dedicate a memorial that will enshrine their memory for all time.
Yeah, Todd was a 40-year-old attorney in Washington working for a large law firm. He took a last-minute flight out to L.A. to close a deal out there that his law firm had been working on. And
even though Pentagon, as you look at a live picture here, this is this dedication, a really great ceremony, dedicating this new memorial, honoring those who were killed at the Pentagon on 9/11. One of the victims is a man named Todd Rubin, and his father, Jesse, is there on site. His sister, Stacy Mesa, is there as well. We're lucky to have them. They're taking the time out to talk to us today on what I'm sure is a very emotional day for both of you. Jesse, will you start with Todd's story? Describe to our viewers what he was doing, where he was, who this wonderful family member of yours was?
Yeah, Todd was a 40-year-old attorney in Washington working for a large law firm. He took a last-minute flight out to L.A. to close a deal out there that his law firm had been working on. And even though he was a person that didn't fly very often, he unluckily took this flight, and he was gone. He took the flight out to L.A. and by 9:30 he was back at the Pentagon here, crashed.
Stacy, when you got your first look at this memorial today, you know, the planners of it, they worked so hard and so tirelessly, and they were all family members of the victims. They put a real personal face on it, and they said they really wanted it to all be about kind of a celebration about goodness and light. What are your impressions of it now that you've seen it?
I think it's very fitting. I think it's very sensitively and compassionately done for the family members and the friends, but also for the future generations. I think that it was well thought out. I'm happy, I'm thrilled that it was done so quickly compared to the other places that are planning memorials. And I just think that it was, it's a quiet place to reflect. I mean, we've been to a lot of events here in the past 7 years that were memorials, but this is a really place to reflect. It's a quiet remembrance.
Stacey, have you been able, you know, we asked the question earlier, are the benches just to gaze at, are they actually to sit on? And we were told they are to sit on, and you are there to allow you time to reflect and to think. Have you been able to do that on Todd's bench?
Yeah, we have seen the bench. We went there as a family, and we sat on it. People leave things on the benches, candy. So I always say we should probably leave a soccer ball on Todd's bench. You can sit on them, but you can also, it's very appropriate how the memorial was set up, because when you're staring at the name of your family member, if the family member was on the plane, then you're looking at the sky. If the family member was in the Pentagon, then you're looking at the Pentagon. And it just, it elicits a lot of feelings. You can sit and reflect. There's water underneath. It's very quiet. It's a very quiet spot.
Jesse, Stacey alluded to this, how relatively quickly this memorial, you know, was finished as opposed to others that have been worked on. How do you feel about that? That so many family members really dedicated so many years to getting this thing done.
Well, the families really banded together here. You know, it was a smaller number of families than in New York, obviously, but we banded together. The Pentagon people were very good in working with us. And when we went out looking for private donors, they were forthcoming pretty quickly. The board of directors of this thing did a fabulous job, and they got these two architects in New York. They won the prize to do this thing, and it just all came together with hard work by the directors and the people who ran the thing, and the families were with them all the time. There were no fights or there was no confusion. It just was a well-done exercise, and being part of this thing, it is important that these things be done quickly and not left to fester and cause more problems than they really are worth, because the families just want to have some kind of closure, and this doesn't ever close permanently, but it is closure in a way, have a wonderful memorial to go to and just sit around and just think about what happened, and it's just a very nice place to be, and the family members all appreciate what was done by the Pentagon group.
So good to hear, and setting an example, certainly, that that group is. Jesse Rubin, Stacey Mesa, family members of Todd Rubin, we thank you so much for doing this today, and our thoughts certainly are with you.
It's quiet solitude. It's thought-provoking, and it's sad, but it makes you feel good at the same time. That no one's going to forget, and that it was beautifully done.
Craig S. Amundsen, United States Army.
The victims' names rang out one by one to the toll of a bell. A lone bagpiper played Amazing Grace in a memorial built to symbolize 184 lives taken. 7 years after a hijacked plane ripped a fiery hole in the Pentagon's southwest corner, President George W. Bush dedicated the first national memorial to victims of the September 11th attacks that claimed nearly 3,000 lives in New York, Pennsylvania, and at the Pentagon.
Our thoughts return to this place. Here we remember those who died. And here on this solemn anniversary, we dedicate a memorial that will enshrine their memory for all time.
125 people inside, 59 on board the plane, and 5 hijackers died when American Airlines Flight 77 crashed. A moment of silence marked the time of impact, 9:37 a.m. Inside a demolished office that morning, Carl Mencken survived.
You kind of put it in the back of your mind because you have to go to work. You have to continue, but you think about the Antoinette Shermans, the Meta Wallers, Molly McKenzie's, people you saw every day.
Now cantilevered benches represent those who did not live. Among them, Stacy Mesa's brother, Todd.
It's quiet solitude. It's thought-provoking, and it's sad, but it makes you feel good at the same time. That no one's going to forget, and that it was beautifully done, and it can represent him for the family and friends that don't know him in the future.
A future family members hope will help others understand a loss they know so well.
My brother and many others gave their lives in many different places that day. What they should do is come and see the mark that was put on the United States. It should never be something that ever happens again. I'm proud to be an American, more today than ever.
The Pentagon Memorial is the first of 3 planned memorials to those lost on September 11th, 2001. Katherine Jackson, Reuters.
It's nice to have a remembrance of him that's there. I mean, something that is a thing, not just a thought.
One of the names on those benches, Todd Rubin, the Montgomery County businessman, was on Flight 77 when it hit the Pentagon. His family saw the memorial for the first time this week and talked to Fox 5's Beth Parker about their experience.
Todd Rubin's family has heard those notes many times since September 11th, 2001.
The day after, the week after, the month after, then the year after.
But for Todd's sister Stacy and the rest of the family, today is different.
A number of different emotions, it all starting with sadness, obviously, and heartbreak from when it happened 7 years ago today.
Emotions that come rushing to the surface when they see the 184 benches, one for each victim. Todd was a lawyer on a business trip. He'd booked his ticket on Flight 77 just one day earlier.
It's nice to have a remembrance of him that's there. I mean, something that is a thing, not just a thought.
For the Rubins, it's a place to remember good things, like Todd's love of soccer that started when he was just a kid in Potomac.
I saw some people put things like candy on the benches on Sunday, and I'm like, well, we should put a soccer ball on Todd's bench. He was a big Washington sports fan.
One day, Todd's 2 teenage sons may bring their own children here to learn about their grandfather.
And when we're all gone, this will always be here, and his name will always be on that bench.
Todd's sister hopes the memorial will be a reminder for everyone.
It can happen to a 3-year-old. It can happen to a 71-year-old retired, Army veteran. It can happen to my brother who is going on a business trip. You just have to live each moment because you don't know how soon people will be taken away from you.
At the Pentagon, Beth Parker, Fox 5 News.
And when we're all gone, this will always be here, and his name will always be on that bench.